Sorry guys, I gotta retake this. Anyway, so yeah, I just got done watching Avengers Age of Ultron. So, and like I said before, and when I review movies that I see in theaters, I will be giving spoilers, so yeah, I will be giving spoilers, so don't get offended or mad that I gave spoilers, so you've been warned. So, here we go. Avengers Age of Ultron. It was directed by Joss Whedon. It's a sequel to the Avengers. So, I would say, overall, this movie, I liked it. I pretty much liked it for the most part. I have my few little issues with it, but I think definitely I liked it overall. So, and I'm going to start with the pros. Definitely I thought the fight scenes were cool. I felt the pacing in the aspect of, like, it didn't feel slow at all. It didn't feel long either. It was like, what, 2.5 hours? And I felt like the pacing was pretty good in that aspect, and definitely liked, um, fight scenes were good. I liked Vision, but there were some issues I had with Vision, and it wasn't necessarily him, but I'll get into that. But definitely Vision was cool. I liked, he looked good too. He looked realistic. He didn't look super CGI. The fight scenes were cool, and I liked that they added in a little bit of, like, they threw in Hawkeye, they threw in, War Machine, even though he wasn't in it all that much, he was in, like, a couple little scenes. They threw in Falcon, too, but he wasn't in it all that much either, he was in, like, 2 scenes. But, it was kind of cool referencing them. I like that they kind of pretty much meshed all the movies together. And I liked Ultron. I felt like, okay, Ultron was a decent, okay. I guess I'll get kind of into the cons now. But I'll still say I did like that scene though with Ultron's robots, where they were like all in like a circle, all fighting the robots, which I thought that was pretty fucking cool. But now here's my issues. And the Hulkbuster Hulk fight was cool. I thought that was pretty cool. But now the cons. The cons, well, I'm gonna start off with, I felt like Ultron was kind of I wouldn't say lame. It just felt like he could have been better. I really felt like he just didn't. I didn't feel like he was gonna win. I just felt like, okay, he's really smart and he has a lot of his clones, but they felt weak because they were just destroyed like nothing. And I just felt like they were gonna win. I didn't feel like he had a chance of winning, and I think overall this is my issue with Marvel villains, at least when it comes to the cinematic Marvel universe. It just feel like I don't feel like they have a chance of winning. They just feel like, oh, they're gonna lose. And that's like what I like with DC, their villains. I feel like their villain has a little bit of a chance of victory. And I really didn't like that Scarlet Witch was the one to take out Ultron. I really think it would have made more sense if it was Iron Man or Vision, either one of them too. Though I like the whole Vision, little bit of Ultron, them talking for a little bit, then Ultron just finally gets destroyed. I guess in a way Vision was the one to put him out, but and then I'm gonna be honest, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver were kind of expendable. I didn't feel like they were important at all. I didn't feel like honestly, they were just there to me. They were just secondary characters. And Quicksilver died, and I'm just like, I didn't like really feel emotionally like, no, he died. Like, when they said someone was gonna die, you thought someone major, but then I realized, no, that's not gonna happen. I felt like Vision could have did more. I really wish he would have did a little bit more. He had a decent role, but I feel like he could have done a lot more. I just felt like, oh, he's just fighting all the robots. And then another thing I didn't like, I really did not like the whole the Bruce Banner, Black Widow love story. It didn't need to be in there. One, it didn't even, it just came out of left field. Oh, Black Widow and Bruce Banner have a thing now. When the fuck did this happen? Because they never talked about it in the Avengers. it just, I felt like they threw that in there. I didn't know why. They really could have kept that out. It just, it really, I didn't really think you needed to put that in there. I really would have kept that out personally. Like, um, but, and that's another thing. I didn't really feel like they had chemistry as a couple. Like, they just kissed in one scene, but that's it. I didn't really feel like they had chemistry, like, and I think that's the one thing to have a decent love story. You gotta have chemistry. And I really didn't feel like they had any chemistry, really. It just seemed out of left field. And then another thing, the jokes were kinda dreadful. You didn't need... I don't mind if they did it every now and then, but it just seemed like every scene, oh, they're gonna do a stupid one-liner. It just made the movie seem really corny and campy. Like with Guardians of the Galaxy, it worked. Because that's what it was kind of going for. But with this movie, this is supposed to be Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I was really expecting this to be a little bit darker. I didn't feel that at all. It was just like jokes, corny jokes every other scene, and it just made the movie feel campy. And I just didn't like that. I felt like that's one of the biggest things about the movie I didn't like. It's just like, if you did it every once in a while, like, look at X-Men. They do jokes every once in a while, but it works because they balance it out. Because I still feel like X-Men, you feel it's dark and serious, but they do the jokes once in a while. But with Age of Ultron, it was like every fucking scene, like, God. And I really think this movie could have been better in certain aspects. And then another thing, I felt like this movie was, like, all over the place. Like, I said the pacing was good and, like, it didn't feel long, but it felt like things weren't meshing. It was like, oh, this is happening, then this is happening. It's like, it really could have meshed better. It just seemed a little bit like every random shit is just something else. This thing's happening. It's like random things happening, Like, I just think this movie could have been better a little bit in that. But overall, I liked it. I would rate this movie a 7.5. I would definitely say go see it. If you really like superhero movies, and it's definitely a popcorn movie. I'm not saying this movie should have been a masterpiece. And for the people who are saying this movie is sexist, shut the fuck up. Black Widow had a decent role in this movie. I wouldn't say she was important, like really important, but I would definitely say she had a decent role. And look, you're just and I think this is a video on its own. People who just look for shit to complain about. It's a fucking movie. Enjoy it. Just shut the fuck up. But anyway. Um. But yeah, guys, I would definitely give this a 7.5. But yeah, I would definitely go see it. I'll probably do some videos later this week, and then until then, guys, I'm signing off. Peace.